So this is Jack, little
Oh,
Jack.
there's
Now
baby
this is
Jack.
that's baby Jack. This was before. Now you said baby Jack had
This
surgery
is the
today,
day
right?
that picture. Yes, that picture was taken the day that I found her. Well, okay. So I'll give a brief story. So the kittens are about 5 weeks old. We found them very soon after they had been born. And I had been going out and checking on them and making sure that everybody was okay and whatever. But then mom moved them, and so for like I don't know, like maybe 7 to 10, 12 days, I didn't see them. And so finally I came back, I went back outside and they were underneath my porch on the other side. So I like ran over and I'm like, oh, hey kitties. And then little Jack came out. And with that, you guys just saw it, this huge ass thing on her eye. And I freaked out. And scooped her up and I ran inside. My mom's living with me right now. And I'm like, Mom, I need you to watch my kids. I have to go. And so I drove 45 minutes to Dublin, to the OSU Emergency Veterinary Clinic. And she lost her eye. Her surgery was this morning. And so that's today. That's a post-op pic. So yeah, poor little baby Jack. She's so tiny. She weighs just over a pound. She's like 1 pound, 1 ounce. And she's the cutest little nugget. She's very sassy and cuddly. She thinks she's a parrot. She likes to sit on my shoulder, which is, I don't know. She likes to lay on my neck and she likes to sit on my shoulder. She's a crazy cat. But yeah, little Jack lost her eye today, but she's doing great. The surgery went really well. She's a little drugged up and out of it, but she is doing really well. So
Yeah, and animals like that. And I grew up down south, and we had like a plethora of animals. We always had a whole bunch of like dogs and cats and stuff like that. And the cats are very, very resilient creatures. I mean, we had one that was missing like a back leg, but it was like, no big deal. The cat just adapted. Kind of ran funky, but, the cat was happy, was just doing its thing, and I'm pretty sure Jack's going to be the same way. Get acclimated to the one eye. Maybe you could get him get her a little pirate, eye patch. Like
somebody said for Halloween she needs to be a pirate for sure. And I'm like, now I got to find a little tiny pirate hat.
A little teeny tiny. I'm one of these people. Okay, so, my lady and I, we go to the New York Comic-Con every year, right? And they have this giant show floor where everybody's peddling their wares and whatnot. And there's always this guy, like way in the back, and he sells these teeny tiny hats. And they're just like, I don't know what it is. I just love hats. Like anything tiny, like a kitten, a puppy, a hat. If they're tiny, I'm just like, I just turn into, hey, no, oh my goodness, I love me. And I just start speaking this language. Like, my girl just kind of looks up at me like, the fuck's wrong with you? I
do the same thing, though. Like, when we go to a fancy restaurant and they have, like, the little baby Tabasco bottles, I'm like, oh, right. It's so cute.
It's like, yeah. I think it was, this is kind of random, but there was a cartoon on Adult Swim called Harvey Birdman, and there was a villain on there, and he would shrink things because he liked things tiny. So every time he'd shrink it, he goes, oh, it's so cute and tiny. I'm kind of like that too. I'd shrink him down and like, oh my goodness, you're so sweet. But then I get the look of disappointment from my girl. What is wrong with you? That's the side eye. That's the look. She's like, she's very supportive. Don't get me wrong. Oh, that was cute. She's very supportive, but she knows that I'm batshit a lot of the time. So she kind of tries to not control me, but control the batshit so that it doesn't go out of control. So if I'm like going crazy, seeing like a puppy pile-on video, because if I see puppies like crawling all over somebody, and it's just like, I think there's one in here. I gotta show you.
Here comes Jack.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna put Jack up while I look for. Aww.
This is Jack. Oh, she's not happy about this little cup. She's pretty pissed sweetie. About it. Hi, little baby.
I'll be whipping you when you catch a 9-tails. Yar.
She's the sweetest thing.
Here we go. Puppy pile. I think she is just gorgeous. Do you think she's a runt? You think she's the runt of the
No.
litter?
No, she was the second. Okay, so I don't know if you were following the whole, because there was another cat that I was definitely the runt that I tried very desperately to nurse back to health. Like stayed up all night, 2 nights in a row, like fed it bottles and all of this stuff. And we ended up losing that one.
Oh.
So but
Oh.
Jack was probably the next smallest one, I would say.
Oh, okay. Because I remember a while back when I had my cats, one of the cats was the runt, and was just the sweetest thing. And you could
Mm-hmm.
cradle her like a baby, right? And if you
Mm-hmm.
scratched a certain spot in her back, she'd start licking your nose, right?
Yeah.
It's so I was a big time stoner back then. So I'm sitting there, I'm baked as a cake on the couch, and I'm watching something, and I'm sitting there scratching the cat's back, and the cat's licking, and I get it's good like 20 minutes, and then I stop, and I'm like, oh shit, and I put the cat down, and the cat's just like, and just runs immediately to the water bowl. I didn't mean to torture the cat. I thought it was like everything was cool. I was scratching, she was licking the nose. You know, we were golden, and then the next thing you know, I practically dehydrated the poor thing. That's why I never had kids. I think, yeah, the cats were kind of the trial run, and for the most part, I did okay. But you know, if had those been humans, I think social services probably would have showed up.